Hi there. Thank you for being with us today. My name is Joanne Hogan, and I'm delighted to once again be speaking to people from the amazing Supporting Advocates in Leadership group in Nanaimo. We'll be speaking with Eve, who is the advocacy support representative for this agency, as well as Barbara and Crystal, who are themselves self-advocates and are part of the group called Self-Advocates of Nanaimo. So to begin with, I'm going to speak with Eve and ask you, tell me what's been going on. What is this all about?
Well, thank you, first of all, for having us. It's a pleasure to be here and share our story on Shaw TV. Just a quick history of our agency. I started a supportive apartment living, it was called, in 1991. It was a pilot project back in the day. Fast forward to 2019, Supporting Advocates in Leadership, a new name, and Supporting Advocates in Nanaimo actually were started in 2014. The foundation of CEL, what we call it CEL for short, has always been really the same. The focus has been on meeting people as full citizens and full participants in their community. There's a difference in being in the community and being part of the community. And so we want to really make sure people are part of their community. People with disabilities or diverse abilities often don't even realize that they have a voice. They don't know how to use their voice. Or maybe they don't realize they have the same rights as anyone else. So our job is to make sure that people know they have a voice, and we help them find that voice.
So you were telling me about the root of the word advocacy. I thought that was a great explanation about voice, giving voice, something to that effect.
Yeah, it comes from the Latin, the word advocare, and it's from courtroom, and it means to stand by and to speak on behalf or with people, not for people.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. And so how has it been going lately in terms of meeting throughout the pandemic? Have things been in a different format? Has everything been able to keep on keeping on? Or?
Well, it's of course it's been challenging, but we've managed to continue the important work of self-advocacy, and thanks to the group, the self-advocates, we continue to ask people what they want and what they need in their lives, and that can differ. Self-advocacy is different for everyone. Self-advocacy is like leadership. And self-advocacy, maybe somebody wants to talk about a bus stop that's undesirable in one place. Somebody else might want to write a letter to the ministry and ask for an increase in their PWD pension. Somebody else might want to learn how to do a Facebook page or start a podcast or write a book. So self-advocacy is really about trying to figure out what you need, and then we help people, and getting it, we help people guide and connect them to the right places.
Well, that's wonderful, because there's practical reasons as well as and practical help. And here are Barbara and Crystal. And Barbara, well, she's been here a few times already, and we were talking about prior to taping that you had been advocating for a change of bus stop, and that you were right in the thick of it when we last spoke. And we're going to be talking a bit later and presenting a video a bit later in this conversation, and there is reference to you having done that. So tell us a little bit more about how that unfolded for you.
It did really well, because I thought it was really a dangerous place to be and get off at night and stuff, and when people are on uplands where I am, it's not safe, it's not lighted, it's not, the street is not like level, and I use a walker, so I would have to jump off the bus over my walker to get off, because they couldn't put the ramp down for me because it wasn't light enough. And
my goodness.
Drivers not wanting to do it for me, and I just contacted the bus company and made an arrangement to meet them, and we took the pictures of that, and we went to the city and we got it approved. It's just we're still waiting for the official bus stop to be put there, but it's actually there now. And a lot of people go, oh, why is it this? Well, because you guys were complaining about it, but you guys didn't want to do anything about it, so I thought I would say something, because it's dangerous for everybody, not only myself, but people, walkers, wheelchairs, canes. it's not a good spot. And
So it's a great example
Yeah.
of leadership.
Yeah.
And I assume, tell me if I'm right or wrong, that being part of the self-advocates of Nanaimo group and having people like Eve and Richard and Gwen help you with supporting
Yeah.
leadership,
Yeah.
that this has helped you to
Oh, yeah,
feel
it's-
empowered to do these kinds
It's
of
helped
things.
us a lot since I met Eve. Everything's been great with Eve's program, and I really enjoy being with it. And I'm learning myself as a person with disability. I have a right to speak for myself. I have rights just as much as anybody else, not to be bullied, not to be judged, and be allowed to have a job, education, and whatever. We are right.
Exactly.
We're a human being. We need to be treated as you and everybody else would like to be.
And I would take it a step further and say that self-leadership
Yeah.
quality
Yeah.
applies to all of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
That we
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
could benefit from that kind of
And I've learned
way
since
of
I've been in
living.
disability that everybody in a certain way has a disability, but they don't want to admit it a lot of times. Like, oh, I don't have a disability. I'm okay. No. Everybody's a disability.
So it's
I've
having that
noticed
self-confidence.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And I've noticed a lot since I've been on disability that people don't acknowledge things that they're doing, and I'm trying to tell them myself in a right way, a respectful way. This is what we have the right to do. We have a life. We have a life to be able to have a life like that. Get married, have a family, live on our own, get a job, do what we want.
Yes, yes. And I just wanted to talk a bit more about the video that we're going to be looking at the end of this and presenting together.
Yeah.
And the fact that it talks about how there was one term in there that I particularly liked, and Crystal, I'd love it if you would discuss it with me, because it was you who mentioned in this particular film using the velvet hammer. Please
Yeah.
tell me what that's about.
A velvet hammer is something that you use to be kind and drop it gently and be firm.
And that's an example of
Yeah.
setting a boundary
Sounded in
with
a bad way.
kindness.
With kindness, yeah.
Yeah, I just love that
Yeah.
term. It resonated with me
Yeah.
when you mentioned it, because
Yeah.
so many times people are in a hurry
Yeah.
to get something done,
Yeah.
no matter if it's
Yes.
just opening the door or
Yeah.
lowering the gate properly, and they just say, do something,
Yeah.
right, kind of
Right.
thing, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
wonderful. And it helps, it's a teaching opportunity for
Yes.
those people to
Yeah.
when you present it in that way.
Yeah.
So how was it to be participating in the film? How was that for you?
I really enjoyed it, but I was a little bit scared, to be honest. A little bit nervous. I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into, but I was told many years ago when I was little and a teenager that I couldn't live on my own. That I would be my own family told me that I should be in an institution or in a group home. But my mom and dad always believed in me, and they always told me to take the T off can't, and always say, you can do it. You can make up your mind, you can make up your mind for yourself and do it for yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. So I'm learning an example. I'm telling everybody who wants to go back to school or live on their own, ride a horse or get their grade 12 or get their driver's license, take the T off can't. You can do it.
And you were the person who had just recently graduated from high school. Is that correct in the film? There was somebody referred to. I can't remember if it was you or someone else. Did you just graduate at the time they were filming that?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's never too late to say congratulations about
No, and
any
you're
kind
never
of
too old.
achievement. Yeah.
You're never too old to go back to school.
Exactly. Exactly.
There was a lady on CBC not too long ago on a documentary, CBC Docs, and she was 81 years old, and she went back to school to get her grade 12 and her PhD.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So it works. Again, as I was saying,
Yep.
Self-advocacy and leadership works for everybody.
Yes.
It works for everybody, and people like Barbara and you are
Yep.
shining examples
Yes.
of conscientiously acquiring these skills
Yeah.
and applying them to your daily lives.
Yes. And people say you can't have a dog or a cat. Well, we're both we're all three, both of us have pets of our own.
Yes,
that
I
we
was
can have
introduced to
yeah,
them, the doggy and the kitty.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they're good therapy animals because
Oh,
research
great.
says if you have Alzheimer's or heart trouble or blood pressure, it brings the blood pressure down.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And they can be your best friend and they never judge you.
That's the nicest part, I think. Eh?
Yes.
They never judge
Yes.
you. What is it called?
Unconditional love. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the film itself. It's called Friends, Fun, and Self-Leadership.
Yeah.
And there's a profile of a number of Barb and Crystal, Barbara and Crystal, and a number of other self-advocates, and talking with Eve and with Gwen, I believe Richard as well.
Yes.
And I think it's a wonderful representation of what is an ongoing and obviously very successful program for all of us here in Nanaimo, because when things go good for anyone, they go well for everybody else too. So it's going to be just wonderful to take a chance for all the viewers out there to take a look at this film and get their special moments out of it, you know. And I've always enjoyed interviewing you folks. I've had my special moments. We had Rob, who is a rock star volunteer here at Shaw and a self-advocate of Nanaimo, present what it's been like for him. He was presented here as part of Pink Shirt Day recently on Shaw. And so it's going to be just wonderful to show the people what you've accomplished in this wonderful, I think it's a 14-minute piece.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to share some more terms that I thought were just wonderful in this particular. It's about empowering folks with diverse abilities, and as Eve mentioned, to turn on the leadership switch, you know, to have that light bulb moment, right? So I'm very pleased to be a part of this. And so I thought that it'd be a great idea if all of us present this video together. So here is coming up, all together, let's present the title of this video, which is Friends, Fun, and Self-Leadership.